Hey guys, TrinityC here, coming at you with another video. The Pokemon Legends series has been a subset within the mainline Pokemon games that have been an absolute hit thus far. We've only had two of them, right, with Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon Legends ZA most recently. And interestingly, each of these games have taken place in a different part of the Pokemon timeline. Pokemon Legends Arceus was a game taking place 100 years in the past, whereas Pokemon Legends ZA was a game taking place 5 years after the original X and Y. I think everyone was expecting the next Pokemon Legends game after Legends Arceus to be a game taking place in the past, but no, Game Freak surprised us and decided to make a game that's taking place in the present, and not only that, it's a direct sequel to the original X and Y taking place 5 years later. So today in this video, I want to discuss with you when I think timeline-wise the next Legends game should take place in, and why I think the answer to that question is the future. So as I just spoiled for you, I think the next Legends game should take place in the future, and the reason why I think this would be really cool is because we've had a Pokemon game in the past in Legends Arceus, we've had a Legends game taking place in the present in Legends ZA, and the next step to finish the first trilogy of Legends games would be a Pokemon game taking place in the future. I think the evolution of Pokemon is something that is really cool and kind of unique to this franchise in that Pokemon is a game that is very much nature-based and surrounded by exploration, right? We're exploring a region of the Pokemon world, discovering new Pokemon, these new mythological creatures to catch and train them and evolve them while uncovering the mysteries of said region. We've gotten to see what that looks like in the past with Pokemon Legends Arceus. We all know and love Sinnoh. It came out back in 2006 in the original Diamond and Pearl, and we got to see what Sinnoh used to look like before it was inhabited by humans. But on the flip side of that, we haven't seen the evolution of a region. We haven't seen a region at one point in time and how it's changed over time. I mean, yes, we've had Black and White to Black and White 2, and yes, we've had Pokemon X and Y to Legends ZA, but that is over a short period of time. I'm talking about like 100 something years in the future or 50 years in the future, how the world of Pokemon has drastically changed. I think that would be a really cool and unique way to explore a region within this franchise because you have cemented in your mind what everything used to look like. Let's just say for Alola, hypothetically speaking, you know what the Alola region looked like when you played the original Sun and Moon, but now you're exploring the Alola region once again 100 something years in the future, and you're seeing how everything has changed on each island. You're seeing how the ecology of Alola has changed, how these Pokemon have evolved over time. Maybe certain species have evolved over time and now there are regional variants for those species that are drastically different than the species of them that we saw before. Like maybe Araquanid, instead of being a bug water type, is now an electric water type because now the region has some storms that are destroying parts of it, so this Pokemon had to evolve and adapt and take on the electric type on top of its water type to survive. Maybe we see that the Ultra Beasts are running rampant through the region and it's drastically changed Alola because of that. Whether it be Alola or another region entirely, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Unova, whatever the case may be, I think that exploring a Pokemon Legends game in the future would be so cool to see. On top of that, as I said before, it's the only thing we really haven't gotten yet from a timeline perspective within Pokemon. Like we've gotten a game in the past, obviously we have a ton of games in the present, we have games taking place in an alternate timeline like the Ultra games or like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but we've never seen a game taking place in the future. And I think that would be a really cool aspect of this franchise to explore. And furthermore, it kind of completes the trilogy of Legends because we all thought that Pokemon Legends were just going to be these games taking place in the past, but Legends ZA has shown us that the Legends series is going to be much more than that. And I feel like the perfect way to wrap up the initial 3 Legends games is with a game taking place in the future. And after you do that, it's really carte blanche as to what you could do next from there on out with the Legends series. You could do a game in the past, you could do a game in the future, you could do a Legends game taking place in both, like I theorized in my Pokemon Legends Paldea video. Be sure to check those out, by the way, because I am going through every single region with my ideas as to what could happen in a Legends game. The last thing that I want to say about this, which I find rather interesting, is we've kind of seen a Pokemon game in the future, if you will, in Pokemon Pokopia. Pokemon Pokopia takes place at an undisclosed amount of time in the future in the Kanto region, and we've seen how the region has drastically changed over time, how the cities that we all remember, the people in Pokemon, have drastically changed, and how there are actually new Pokemon, or new forms of old Pokemon, I should say, in Pokemon Pokopia. Just imagine how cool that would be in a mainline Pokemon game. Like, I am typically not a Pokemon spinoff fan. I don't love the Pokemon spinoffs that we've had over time. Like, I'm not a huge Mystery Dungeon guy. I played it a bit as a kid. Not a huge Pokemon Ranger fan, even though, again, I played that for a bit as a kid as well. The only spinoffs that I've really loved were Pokken Tournament and Pokemon Rumble. Other than that, I'm not a huge Pokemon spinoff guy, but I cannot deny how interesting interesting Pokopia is as a concept because of the themes in that game and because of what it stands for within this franchise. It's the first time that we've ever seen a Pokemon region in the future. We've never seen a region evolve over time to that degree. I should say decline over time, because we've seen how it's a post-apocalyptic Kanto region. But again, imagine how cool that would be to play as a regular player character, not a Ditto, as a human being exploring this region for the first time. You'd see Pewter City and say, oh man, this is so different than what I remember it being before. You'd see Celestage Town and say, wow, look at how much this has changed since I played it in the original games. It would be such a cool and unique way to explore the Pokemon world, and for a franchise that heavily focuses on exploration and discovery, I'm quite frankly surprised that they haven't gone down this path yet. I hope that the next Legends game is our first glimpse into a future Pokemon world outside of Pokopia within the main series. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all of this. Do you guys agree with me that the next Legends game should take place in the future to kind of cap off the trilogy of Legends games to start out with? We had the past, the present, naturally the future comes next. Or do you disagree with me and you want to see the next Legends game return to the past? Because I would argue that seeing a Pokemon game taking place in the past in Pokemon Legends Arceus was a lot cooler than seeing Pokemon Legends ZA taking place 5 years after we explored Lumio City for the first time. Like, it's a cool game, don't get me wrong, I love Legends ZA, but I'm more intrigued by exploring a Pokemon Legends game taking place far into the past or far into the future, showcasing a region that is drastically different from how we first encountered it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from Trainer DC. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.